Hello. So in this video, we're going to combine the contents of 3 lessons. So here I have a target lesson. Right now it's very simple, but this would probably have any of the beginning pages and the master probably the most fleshed out. And then I have 2 other lessons that I want to bring pages over from. So we'll go to source 1. And what I can do is I can just right-click on a page and copy it, and then go over to my target lesson and paste it. Or you can multi-select pages. So the way multi-select works right now, and we might change this in the future, if you hold down Shift on your keyboard and then select a page, it will select all of the pages downstream from that page. So if I were to go all the way back here to page 2 and hold Shift and click on it, it's going to select 2 all the way to the end. The reason that we do that is in case there's branching. So let's say we had a branch here. It would select all of the multiple branches that come after it and keep all of that structure. So that's a little bit of the reasoning why it works the way it does. But the key takeaway here is shift click doesn't select between 1 and 4. It's going to select everything downstream of wherever you click. So let's put that back. And let's say I want, sure, page 7 all the way down from there. So shift click on 7. That selects everything from 7 all the way down to 31. And then I'm going to right click and say copy. Go to my target lesson. And right click on whatever page I want this to come after and hit paste. So that will bring in all of the objects, all of the actions, and everything like that. It will not bring over the masters. So if I had multiple masters in this lesson, I would want to switch over to the masters tab and make sure to get those as well. So I could copy this master, go to my target lesson, go to my masters, and then right click and paste. And then I get all of those objects and actions and all of that. And then I do need to apply this master, to all the pages in my lesson or just some of them, because even though it's been added to the lesson, it has not been attributed to all the pages yet. So that's how you do it. Let's go ahead and get some pages from source lesson 2. Let's just grab a few of these. Maybe I just want the quiz here. So the way that this is set up is there are a few quiz pages and a results page, and then some extra stuff that I don't want. So probably the easiest thing to do is shift click on page 23. That'll get everything downstream, including the pages that I don't want, but that's fine. I'm going to copy and paste them over, and then I'll delete these extra ones. So we'll copy that, go to the target lesson, decide where I want to put it. I'm going to put it right here at the beginning. So I'll paste that on top of page 1. And, oh, that added it in here. Okay, that's fine. So from here, I can remove, everything after results 1. So I'll shift click again on page 31 here. That selects, again, everything downstream of it. And I will delete those. And now, oh, sorry. In order to delete everything downstream, it doesn't really matter if you have them selected or not. You're going to right click and choose, instead of delete, which will delete just that page, you're going to choose delete branch. And that will delete everything 31 and on. All right, and then I can place these pages wherever I want. I don't think you can move all of these pages into a position. So you might have to play around with this a little bit. I would maybe have to move page 27 before page 2 and then just keep feeding them in. Or what I can do is shift click on page 2. Again, that selects everything downstream all the way to the end here. And then I'll take these and drop them on top of page 30 and then a little bit to the right. And you can see that blue vertical line that's just above my, or just to the right of my mouse. That lets me know it's going to drop it after that page. If I were to drop it down here, it would create a branch. Up here, it would create a branch. Here, it would try to put it before. So I'm going to drag this over and then a little bit to the right until I see that blue line. And now I've got these multiple choice questions right at the beginning. Maybe it's a pre-test, and then the rest of my content that comes afterwards. All right, so one last thing to be aware of when you're copying and pasting pages from multiple lessons. If you have two variables with the same name, they will become the same variable. So for example, if I had, let's just see what variables we already have here. So like accessibility mode, that was probably in my source 1 and source 2 lesson, and those two have been combined. Same with something like learner name or menu completed pages. So just be aware if you have a variable called attempts that came from one lesson and a variable called attempts that came from another lesson, they will be combined into one variable. So just be aware of that. Either rename them, attempts for whatever exercise and attempts for drag and drop exercise if you want to keep them separate, or just be advised that they're going to be combined, and maybe on your second activity when the page loads, set that attempts back to 0. So just something to be aware of. These get merged.